Guys, welcome back. Figured to take a little break from scouting, check your cameras and everything today. Figured we'd bring it back home, and we're gonna do a asshole review today. I bought this Crossbow, let's see, when was it? It was Friday. It's the Killer Instinct Boss 405. The price on it wasn't that bad. I think I paid $369 for it at Dunham's. Price may vary depending on location and everything, but it seems, what I've read about it and everything, seems like a decent crossbow. And I've been wanting to get into crossbow hunting for a while, so I figured I'd get one and give it a try. So we're gonna get it put together today and see how it goes. Get everything out here. The limbs and everything. Let's see if I can figure this out. Can't find the hole, guys, sorry. There we go. I know when you're putting these together, from what I read on it, you have these two cross strings right here on the bottom. You got your actual bowstring. You gotta make sure your actual bowstring is up on top of the rail, and the strings that cross come up underneath the rail. Then you gotta get all your hardware. Yeah, while I'm putting these bolts in, let's have a little conversation. Yeah, I used to bow hunt all the time when I was younger. I had a Hoyt compound bow, and I loved that bow. It was a good bow and everything. Some things come up, I had to get rid of it and everything. And I've been wanting a crossbow hunt for a while now, and I finally got the money up, found me a good cheap bow. Figured I'd get into it and see what it's like. Heard a lot of people talk, they actually enjoy bow hunting and everything. It's pretty fun. Well, crossbow hunting. So I figured I'd give it a go, see what all the joy's about. We need to do here next. Right now, the next part, what we gotta do, we gotta put the quiver on it. Right, now the quiver, you can put it on multiple ways. Whether you wanted arrows on the left hand, right hand, you can usually pick how you want it. Skip the parking directions. Can't cock it if you don't have a footstep on it, can you? Might be kind of difficult to do. I'm on it. Sorry guys, you'll eventually see after a while. I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. You can see, move that. You can see right here it got the little lever. What that's for, you can take this, let's see how I line it up here. You can take that and slide it in there. Then you hit this little lever there, and it locks it in so where that can't come out. Now what we're going to do next is the most important part of the whole ordeal. It's the scope. See what kind is the scope. This is a 4x32 scope. I think it has 4 or 5 pins on it. I can't see for sure. We'll know for sure, but we'll get into that on a later date. Here we got our mounts and everything for the scope. Got to get it all put together. What I'm doing here is I'm tightening the scope mount down to the scope before we mount it on. Just makes it a little bit easier instead of trying to find it all together. Alright, now that we got that done, here we got our scope reel. You're gonna pick your desired location on there wherever you feel comfortable with the scope, wherever you want the scope to be. Then you just tighten your little bolts down there. And there you go. Excited to see what all I can get done with this year. We'll be sighting it in next year, not next year. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. We'll be sighting it in next weekend, weather permitting and everything, and then I'll give you more of my thoughts on it. Let you know what I think about it.
Hi guys, Benny here. You're watching Out of Focus Outdoors. Just remember, if you like the content, please hit that little like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'd really appreciate it if you'd share. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you're really enjoying our content, don't forget to hit that little notification bell down in the corner. That way you can stay up to date with everything we do on YouTube. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Hey guys, we're out here again. We're at the property that we're going to be hunting. Decided to bring the Crossbow out here and give it a try today. Shot it a few times, and from what I've shot of it so far, it's actually a pretty good crossbow. Still working out some stuff with it, but so far so good. We'll shoot it here real quick and show you what it can do. Of course, I'm hitting a little bit off. Still need a little adjustment. That's from only maybe about hours worth of working with it, and it's already that good. Yeah, not bad for what I paid for it. Good little budget bow.
Now, while he retrieves the arrow, we have another little surprise for you guys. The bonus content will show here in about 5 minutes of me making it. But we have ballistics gel with something to imitate organs, and we're gonna see what kind of damage his what kind of broadheads are they? Now comes for the fun part. We're gonna see what kind of damage this broadhead right here does to that ballistics gel right over there. I'm gonna get behind you. Fire whenever you're ready. How's it going, guys? I'm at home in my studio, and I decided I'm gonna give you all a little bit of bonus content. Now, the reason I'm giving you this bonus content is because I used to be an artist, believe it or not. When I lived in Vegas, I did a lot of sculpting, a lot of personal projects, furniture, things of that nature. Now, that means I have some knowledge about how to make some things. So, we're going to do something a little cool with this review of Jamie's Killer Instinct Crossbow. So, we're going to head to the kitchen. Now, the cool thing that we're going to make today, I'm going to show you all how to make ballistics gel. And we're going to use just a few ingredients. Right here on my kitchen table, I got some of them laid out. You're going to need a bowl. We're going to use balloons. Notice I've made them high visibility. These are going to be our organs because I don't feel like taking the 3.5 fucking weeks to make a padded organ. I'm going to use some food coloring, some light corn syrup. It doesn't matter, none of this stuff matters the brand. And we're going to use Knox gelatin. It would also be very helpful if you have a measuring cup. Alright, first you want to start with the gelatin. I use Knox Gel unflavored. You can use basically any unflavored gelatin that you want. But the proper ratio is 1 ounce of gelatin per every cup of water. Now 1 ounce of gelatin per cup of water makes a pound. And I'm going to make 3 pounds at a time. By the time I'm done with this project, I'll be making 8 total pounds of ballistics gel. Now get your powder, make sure to get it all inside the bowl and get your 3 cups of water. It's okay if you're a little bit under the water measurement, but never go over because then your ballistics gel won't hold up as well. Now take the spoon and make sure that you're good and stirring before you start pouring the water. This makes sure that it's good and mixed because trust me, this stuff is not easy to mix. You're quadruple mixing the amount. Alright, once you got it good and mixed, then you pop it into the fridge for 2.5 hours. Alright, now that once we have that in the fridge, it's time to start working on our fake blood. What you want to do is 2 cups of water and bring it to a boil. make sure that you have your light corn syrup and your red, pink, and blue food coloring. Now while I'm waiting for this to boil, I'm going to go ahead and put the balloons together, because I need one balloon inside of another balloon. And the trick to doing this is getting the second balloon, twisting it up more like a cord, and shoving it down the stem of the first one. Once you get it so far down in there, it takes no time to go ahead and blow to the inner balloon, and it will pop itself inside the other balloon. Make sure to let the air out slowly. If you don't, the outer balloon will eject the secondary. Alright, now back over here to our fake blood. Once it comes to a good boil, you want to use 2 teaspoons of light corn syrup. And then we're going to start with pink. We're going to use a good amount of pink, and you're going to see in the bottom that it's going to stick to the corn syrup. Alright, make sure to stir this up real nice, and then we're going to add a good little decent squirt of red. Now that we have our squirt of red, now you'll notice that we have a human-like effect here. It looks like human blood, but I'm going for deer blood. So in order to get that real dark, rich color of deer blood, I'm going to use just a tad little bit of blue. Stir this up real nice. I'm going to shut the burner off and remove it from heat and allow it to cool. Now while it's cooling, I'm going to go ahead and make my mold. Now to properly make the mold, you're going to need aluminum foil and plastic wrap. Now I'm going for a deer hide effect here, so when I start putting the aluminum foil in, I'm going to start crunching the sides real good because I want it to imitate deer fur. I don't want it to look nice and smooth like normal. Alright, now line that with plastic wrap. And there you go, there's your mold. Now in order to fill the balloons, we're going to need to fill the outer balloon with a little bit of fake blood first. And then we're going to fill the inner balloon up about halfway with fake blood and then fill it up the rest of the way with water. What the outer layer does is acts like the organ's pad wall. Make sure to stick your organs in your mold in the correct position, and there you go, you got your mold. Okay, now that we have the mold finished, we're going to pull the gelatin back out of the fridge. It's going to have this weird rough texture to it, which doesn't look anything like the clear ballistics gel you're used to seeing. What we need to do is get us a pot of water and ensure that we don't make contact with the bowl to the water, because we don't want to scorch our gelatin, but we do want to melt it. Now remember, you do need to stir thoroughly. And while we're melting. You'll notice this odd effect where the top is primarily white, and then once all that shifts to the outer edge of the bowl, you have achieved your goal. Now what you want to do is from here is remove it from heat, set it off to the side, give it about 10-15 minutes to cool. I like using the metal bowls because I can touch it with my hand and also dip my finger in it to ensure that it's cool enough to pour in the mold. pour it in the mold, and you have your ballistics gel after sticking this in the fridge for 48 hours. Thank you guys for watching. Here's to a good season.